I've been a music teacher for over a decade, and I keep seeing the same thing with my students, whether they're adults or kids. They just don't like to practice. And maybe you've experienced this yourself, where you pick up an instrument out of passion, but inevitably the practice just becomes a chore for you after a while. There's like a huge amount of music theory or whatnot, and it feels like it's not the fun that it used to be. So in this video I'd like to share with you my simple music mindful practice routine. That's how I call it. That sort of shifts the approach to music practice and makes it a bit more enjoyable. Hopefully it will help you. Whether you're a musician who is just starting out, or you play a little bit and you kind of trying to get back to it, trying to get the spark going again. So here it is. So I like to view music practice sort of as a meditation. So before you even start playing the instrument, take a couple deep breaths. I like to do this simple exercise where you take a breath on count of 4, like this. Then you hold on count of 4. Then you exhale on the count of 4. Hold again, count of 4. Inhale, and you repeat that a few times. I usually do it 4 or 5 times. And this should focus you in, get you in the zone a little bit. And right after that, before practicing any sort of songs yet, I'd like you to just take your instrument with a sort of admiration, exploration, and try and imagine that you're a baby and that you're seeing it for the first time in your life. What is this? How do I hold it? Maybe you hold it differently than usual. You just explore it. What sound it makes. You're just kind of trying to re-engage with the instrument as if for the first time. Well, after you do this, set yourself a timer on the side and put it however long you feel like it, but I usually go like 10 minutes, and tell yourself to just make sound on the instrument. Remember, this is not about any judgment of what sounds good, what sounds bad, what is allowed in music, what is not allowed, what is the right scale or whatever. This is about just making sound. So whatever your technique is, don't even think of technique really, it's just this. If you already have some technique and you know some chord, you can of course use them as well, but don't overthink it. Don't try and like play in the key or play chords that's supposed to go together. Just kind of explore where the fingers and hands want to go. This is all muscle memory after all. I'm not trying to like think it into existence. I'm just kind of putting fingers where I feel like. And just improvise. This is improvisation. This is what improvisation is. As Kenny Werner says, it's like all the scales and all the harmony in chords, that's just muscle memory. And improvisation is the skill of letting go, is this courage to keep going. So allow yourself to keep going for at least 10 minutes. After you do that, now the work starts. I call it a workout stage, where you can set a timer or just kind of wing it. Sorry if the noises outside are too loud. I hope you can still hear me and understand me. And pick a piece you want to work on. Maybe it's your own song. Maybe you want to write one. Maybe it's a cover. Maybe it's a piece you're working on. Play it in full and record yourself. And then pick a part you want to work on, and here the key is to pick very small piece, very small section of the song, maybe a bar or 2 or 4 bars, not more than that really, because we want to focus on the detail and really getting the details right. Work on that for 5 minutes, and then record yourself again, the full piece again. So that's the workout session. The key here is to focus on the details, and I mentioned the mindfulness at the beginning, and the mindfulness applies here as well. You want to focus on what thoughts are coming up as you're practicing. Same thing with the improvisation. You want to kind of reflect on the thoughts, tensions in your body, and do not tell yourself, oh, I shouldn't have this tension. Just acknowledge them, notice them, and you'll see that they will gradually resolve on their own. So you do this workout stage. Again, practicing the muscle memory, you can do some scales if you like. If you're into that sort of stuff, you don't have to, but I would encourage you to have some sort of workout stage where you frame it as, okay, now I'm working out my fingers, my muscle memory, sort of as if in the gym. Each repetition, you're focusing on doing it better each time, a little bit better each time. View it as a craftsman, crafting that little line, the little melody, that simple thing, making it slightly better, tiny bit better each time. After you do this, you have 2 recordings of yourself, one before you practiced, before you worked out, and the second one after. And the last phase of this practice routine is to just reflect on that. So listen to those things, listen to those recordings, reflect, and write down in a notepad or in a notes on your phone or in an actual journal, write down, how did you feel during this practice session? What did you do well? What did you improve on? And kind of make it real for yourself. Reflect on it, and through observation, through listening to your own playing, you're kind of solidifying these insights that you gained throughout the practice. Some of them can't be put into words. Try your best. Some of them are really experiential, like I felt a little bit better the 3rd time I played the scale, or I was a bit more relaxed this time when I had hit the high note for singers, for example. So reflect on those things for 5-10 minutes and just close your practice session with sort of contemplation and reflection. I feel this is a great way of reconnecting with music and making your practice routine sort of a purifying experience, mental health enhancing thing, where you're not only grinding the scales and trying to reach some goal in the distance and then compare yourself with the greats and feel like it's pointless. When you're making it a little bit more into a spiritual, mental health sort of practice, and you really get in touch with what you're trying to express through music, not only through the improvisation we said, but also through reflecting on your body, your tensions, your thoughts as you're going through the licks and lines. So I hope this helps. This is what I do when I practice. I'm not perfect. I don't always do it the same way, but I try to always enjoy the practice and be really mindful of what's happening in my body and get a little bit better each time. If you then transform this into a habit, over a long term, over a few months, you will notice significant differences, not just in your playing, but also in your attitude and relationship to music and your instrument. To make it easier for you to remember and follow, I made a PDF where I literally listed the steps I just told you. You can download it below, print it out, put it somewhere in front of your eyes so it reminds you of your daily practice. Follow it and see how it feels. Hope you're having a great day, and mind the scale.